What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Vince Podcast, episode 27. Coming at you with
Bonte.
y'all. Today is the day before Easter 2025. Happy Easter.
And it's night one of WrestleMania, Benjamin.
Yep, night one of WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to enjoy the matches. We're going to enjoy the food.
Well.
And tomorrow is night 2 of WrestleMania.
And also Easter Sunday.
And yep, also Easter Sunday. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for the subscriptions lately. We are now at 117 subscribers.
We'll get to 130 before the end of May.
And I've been going live on TikTok. If you haven't seen me on TikTok, come on in and join the live. I go live every night. Hopefully tonight my phone will be better because last night my phone's cell service was being terrible. So with that being said, let's go on and get into the rest of the video. It's everybody's favorite part of the video, story time. And y'all, today you want to start off with the story?
I'll tell you about the time I fractured my ankle. Or sprained my ankle playing baseball. So it was early in the season. I don't think we played our first game yet. So, and the day before this particular day we had to do sliding practice. We had to slide basically all day. So, and let me say first off, terrible fields my coach chose to do sliding on. We could have went to any other field. You know the little fields at the rec?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one where we were practicing at. And so the whole reason we had to slide in the first place because people didn't want to slide the day before and all that. But so we took turns, sliding to each base. We went from first to second to third from home. So I was at third, I was running, and I was sliding. Then how their home place is, not much clay right there, so my ankle rolled up. And I remember I had to get up because my coach was right in front of me, so I didn't want to look like a wimp. But I was hurting. And it was like not even, because he took us into two groups. One had to slide, and one of them went to the cages to hit. So I went sliding first, so I still had to go hit. But I got up, was about to go to first, and thank God he ended our part of the sliding part. But I would not been able to slide any longer. But when I went to the cages, went hitting, ankle was still hurt a lot. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have just told him. But and then the next day, I stayed home from school so I could go get x-rays, and then my dad and my aunt was in the car laughing at me while I was coming down the stairs slow as crap because my ankle was hurt. But so I was out for a little under a month, maybe 2-3 weeks.
Cool. My story today.
Not cool. It hurt.
My story time today is when I got bit by a lizard. Why did I say it like that? I sounded like a robot. Bit by a lizard. This time I got bit by a lizard. So it was around springtime. Lizards had just started coming back out. And when I was a kid, I used to love, catching lizards and holding them and torturing, just picking. And
putting baby oil on them.
You just mentioned baby oil. What was Randy Orton talking about last night?
I don't know, Randy.
Put the perfect amount of baby oil on me.
Randy Orton person, did he?
So anyway, I picked this one lizard up, and it was a full-grown green lizard. Well, that damn thing had some snapback, because he snapped back and bit my thumb, and when I started doing this, he wouldn't fly off, so I had to go like that, and he finally flew. I know, but it scared me.
I have got bit by a lizard, and it kind of scared me. So
it scared me. I didn't know.
I like to catch lizards.
I had never seen a lizard bite someone before, so it was weird. All right, Len. Have you had or have you had the birds and the bees talk yet?
No.
Okay. When do you think if you have a daughter or a son of your own, what age do you think is appropriate to have the birds and the bees talk with them?
I don't think it's appropriate at any time, really. But I think if it had to, probably middle school.
Probably middle school.
I mean, that's when their body's changing and all that.
I would say about what he said in middle school, like around 15, 16 years old, I would, sit them down
15, 16 is high school then,
50, okay. Well, then
12,
13 or 14.
11, 12, 13.
That's way too early to have the birds and the bees talk.
12 and 13 when you hit puberty.
I know, but you don't start, having...
You're either going to tell them about the birds and bees, or they're going to learn about the birds and bees on their own.
I know, but I don't think 11 or 12 is an appropriate age.
Yes, it is. Their body's changing.
The more appropriate age would probably be around 13 or 14.
I think 13's fine too. 14, they probably already know about it.
Probably.
They're already probably in 8th grade by that time. The kids are weird in middle school about that stuff.
But yeah, so if I ever had a son or daughter, I would probably say the birds and the bees talk would have to be, because I would want my children to be upfront with me and honest with me and be able to ask me any type of question and I want them to feel comfortable coming to me about it. So, really, I probably wouldn't tell them about the birds and the bees until they ask me about it.
But most kids ain't no kid gonna ask about the birds and the bees.
I know, but I want to try to, if I do have
but
children...
if they ask about the birds and the bees, they already gonna know what the birds and bees are.
I know, but they may have an idea of what it is, but they don't know fully what it is. And so I would want my kid to say, Dad, what is what? And that's when you could sit them down and explain to them all about the birds and the bees and how it works and what
just tell them to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, just watch a YouTube video on what the birds and the bees are. No, don't do that. But I would tell them, what it is, what it can lead to, and practice safety when it comes to that. But yeah, so let us know down in the comment section below if you have a daughter or a son and they've come to you and said, Mom or Dad, what is the birds and the bees all about? Tell us how you handle that situation down below. And let's get on into the rest of the video. All right, y'all, we are about to do a quick game of who's most likely to. So he's got them pulled up right now. So we're gonna do 23 questions. We're gonna do 23 questions. You ready?
All right. So it's the funniest, most likely to questions.
All right.
All right. Who's most likely to eat something off the ground? You have to point to yourself. Yeah, Ben, you be that type of guy. 5-second rule is.
5-second rule is real.
For him. Most likely to get a terrible tattoo. You got to.
How I got terrible tattoos? What's wrong with my tattoos?
They're Batman.
Yeah, that one is bad, but that one's pretty good. Ain't nothing wrong with Batman.
I'm getting a Spider-Man tattoo on me.
Huh?
It's not like I'm getting a Spider-Man tattoo on me.
What's wrong with Batman? Batman's cool.
He's not. Spider-Man would clear Batman.
No, he wouldn't. We've had this discussion before. Batman would destroy Spider-Man. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think if they were in a fight, who would win, Batman or Spider-Man? I'm telling you, Spider-Man will get his behind kicked.
No, not. All right, number 3. Who's most likely to have the funniest dating stories? Because Cassie's boring. Most likely to be late for everything. I don't feel like either of us, so I have to go Benjamin because I'm never late. I'm early. The only thing Benjamins are very early for is a buffet.
Why you always gotta be cracking on?
Most likely to spend hours falling down a YouTube conspiracy theory hole. That's you.
How's that me?
You all do. You're on YouTube a lot.
Well, that's because YouTube's my job, so of course I'm on YouTube a lot.
All right, most likely to get lost in their own hometown.
Not me. So
That's a
you.
point to me. Most likely to go a week without a shower.
Okay, yeah.
That's you, buddy.
I went 2 weeks without a shower one time.
He smells like he has a shower in a week.
I showered I took a bath this morning. What are you talking about?
Most likely to get starstruck while being a celebrity.
Me. I think it would be both of us, really. Because, I mean, you want to meet these people so bad, and then you finally meet them, it's like, get.
That's what I'd be like if I met Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch ain't a celebrity.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's a NASCAR driver. A
So
celebrity is people who star in movies or make music or...
No, celebrities are people that are famous.
And Kyle Busch is a NASCAR driver. He's not famous.
Yes, he is.
He's known, but he's not famous.
Most likely to cut their own hair and think it looks good.
I cut my own hair. My hair does look good.
Most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse.
You know how he would survive? Because he would push me down and have an hour head start.
2 hour. Take an hour to get past your belly. Alright, most likely to be the first one to grab the mic at karaoke.
I sing at karaoke.
Oh, you're pointing at yourself. You gotta point at yourself. Don't point up. God ain't singing. I don't like
If
karaoke.
God sang at karaoke, what do you think he would sing?
Some Christian song. Most likely to lock themselves out their own home.
I'm just going to hold my hand up as I've done that. I've locked myself out of my
Most likely
car
to laugh in
before.
a serious moment.
Because you've laughed in a serious moment before.
Most likely to embarrass themselves at a wedding. It would be Benjamin.
It would be Landon.
Most
You embarrassed yourself at... Well, it wasn't a wedding. It was a fish fry when you pooped your pants.
Most likely to pretend they didn't know someone when they meet them again. Most likely to break their phone the first day they get it.
I am guilty as charged on that one.
Most likely to fall asleep on a night out. Most likely to fall asleep during doing the birds and the bees. I don't know.
Probably me.
Yeah, I have to go Benjamin. Most likely to win a hot dog eating contest. Benjamin.
How many hot dogs do you think I could eat? Say we had like a 15-minute time limit. How many hot dogs do you think I could eat in 15 minutes?
Probably about 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Alright, most likely to forget to pick up their kids from school.
I've done that. I actually did that a couple weeks ago with him. I got to playing Minecraft and I lost complete track of time, and he called me at like 3:50 like, "Hey, you picking me up?" I was like, "Oh shit."
Alright, we got 3 more. Most likely to replace salt with sugar while cooking. That'd be me. Most likely to forget where they park their car. I've done that with my dad's car.
I've done that in my own car.
Alright, last one. Most likely to fart in an elevator full of people.
No, that's you, bro.
I would not do that.
That is you, bro.
I would not fart in.
You're the one that farts at people's faces and goes...
Alright, we're gonna do 10 extra ones. Most likely to break a world record.
Of eating.
Most likely to shoplift. Most likely to commit a crime. Most likely to sleep with their ex. Most likely to marry someone they just met. Most likely to sleep with a friend's family member.
What?
I don't know. Alright, last one. Most likely to give their kid an unusual, terrible name.
Oh, I've already said. I told Cassie that if we do have kids or we have twins, I'm naming them Thing 1 and Thing 2, so I can tell them apart, and I'll still probably get them.
Name them Dumb and Dumber.
I don't understand how people with kids can identify their twins. I mean, if it's a boy and a girl, it's very
Twins have
easily.
different, like,
No, they
things
don't.
about them. Yeah, they do.
All twins
You can tell different from twins.
Twins look the same. That's why they're called twins.
Yes, but they have different
Identical
and
twins.
plus they have different personalities too.
They're still twins. They still look alike.
Not really.
How does that work? I mean, how does a woman give birth to twins? How do you give birth to two people or two babies that look the exact same? I mean, when God was making the first set of twins, did he just get lazy and be like, they get a 2-for-1 special on that one? I've never understood how twins work.
We have enough food in the world. And there was two of you.
If there was two of me, I read.
If you're dating a twin, they're basically saying your brother's hot too.
What?
If you have a twin, if you're a twin and you date a twin, or no, like if you're dating a twin,
That's a girl or a boy.
All right, say a girl is dating a boy that has a twin. Are you saying their brother is hot?
That's a very good point.
And what? That's why I say they have different personalities.
It would be a nightmare dating a twin, because imagine you walk in to
And you're like, hey, baby.
and then it ends up being your twin sister, like, and you're like, ooh, I'm in trouble. But yeah, so in my lifetime, I've only met two sets of. I've only met one set of twins, and I went to high school with them.
I had twins on my baseball team,
and
one of them had a mustache and one didn't. That's how, and they acted.
That's how you told them apart. Was that one had a mustache and one didn't?
And they act different.
Don't matter if they act different.
Yes, it does.
They look the same.
It doesn't matter if they act different.
Like, if they were twins standing side by side, and they were doing the exact thing, and they looked the exact same, you would not be able to tell which one's which. Even on Dude Perfect, they have Corey and Kobe. I mix them up sometimes.
I can tell which one is which because of their personalities.
And again, the personalities has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't, bro.
You can tell them apart with their personality.
And I just said that if twins are sitting together and they're doing the exact same thing, you will not be able to tell which one is different.
But no crap.
Exactly. So personality doesn't mean nothing.
Yes, it does if they talk.
They're not talking. They're sitting there.
So say you're not with the other twin and you're talking to them and you don't want to. You're gonna know who it is because of the way they act.
Yeah, and you just said no crap to me saying that if twins were sitting side by side doing the same exact thing, you would not be able to tell who they are.
Yes, if they're doing the exact same thing.
Exactly. So personality has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. Because if they don't do the same thing, which they're most likely not going to, you can tell them apart.
Could you imagine me and you were twins?
I would already shot you.
Why? I ain't that bad. Y'all hear that, right? He just threatened me.
That was a threat if you were a twin.
I read somewhere on Google or TikTok or YouTube, everyone has a twin somewhere in the world.
No, you don't.
I just haven't met mine yet, unless mine's Queso.
Probably is.
I was on live the other night, and someone came in there and said, "You look like Queso." I'm like, cool. Someone come in there and Landon's a moderator for my lives on TikTok, and he read the comment that said, "I eat banana for the shape and not the size."
That's pretty funny.
And my dad said that he came in there and said, "Dad," someone said on Benjamin's live that he likes bananas for the shape. And
It is funny.
He couldn't even stop laughing long enough to tell Dad what they
I
said.
shouldn't have muted him.
Why? That was an inappropriate comment.
That was funny though, Benjamin. You gotta give it to it. That was funny.
Some dude in there last night kept calling me Tony. I'm not Tony. I said, no, his name was Drewski. I said, no, Drewski, my name's Benjamin, not Tony. And he said, oh, all right. And then he came back like 10 minutes later and said, what's up, Tony? I don't understand people on live. But, y'all, we are going to get into the next part of the video, and we'll be...
All right, Ben.
What's up?
When do you think is too early for decorations for holidays to get put up in stores.
Well, I mean, let's think about that for a minute. We are almost through April into May. So we'll be a quarter of the way through the year. Roughly. So I think that too early, like I seen earlier on TikTok, Hobby Lobby already has Christmas decorations up.
That's cap.
That's not cap. Look it up on TikTok.
Cap.
Look it up on TikTok and show it.
So they just skip Halloween?
No, they got Halloween and Christmas up.
That's cap.
Hobby Lobby is a pretty big store. We don't have one here in Walterboro, but I think we have one in Charleston. But they've started putting up Christmas now. I love Christmas, but at least wait until maybe July, August.
You gotta wait till at least August.
At least August.
Place where you can buy.
It's Easter stuff. There's no Christmas stuff.
Yes, there is. I seen a video earlier. Look up Hobby Lobby Christmas decorations
Of
2025.
course they're gonna bring it up.
Christmas decoration 2025 Hobby Lobby. Look it up.
It's not true, guys.
Yes, it is.
But Halloween, I would probably have to say like late June
Late June, Halloween.
or early July. After the 4th of July, for the Halloween directions.
Oh, I've already said after tomorrow I put my Halloween decorations up.
Why?
Guys, skip over summertime. Skip over the thunderstorm season.
Thunderstorms.
I am terrified of thunderstorms, and I'm not really sure why. Actually, I do know why. A few years ago on Easter, do you remember that bad storm that come through on Easter when we lived in the apartment? There were 3 tornadoes actively on the ground at once, and one of them was like a half a mile away from where we lived. And it was so dark and
They're
scary.
scared tornadoes, not thunderstorms.
It was thunderstorming and
They're
tornadoes.
scared tornadoes.
Yes.
That's it.
And I'm scared of thunderstorms because thunderstorms can produce tornadoes.
He's only scared of tornadoes.
But at the same time, tornadoes scare the crap out of me, but they also fascinate me. Because all a tornado is a bunch of wind going in a circle that picks up dust and sand and dirt with it. That's all a tornado is. And certain cars, if it's strong enough.
And dogs.
All right, we're not in the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. They don't pick up houses. They do, but they don't keep them in the circulation. They eventually fall out. I want to know what Dorothy was smoking in the Wizard of Oz.
But what would you think if you saw a tornado and you were in your car and it was coming towards you?
Jesus, take the wheel. Nah, I would probably get out and try to run, but I'm fast.
Why would you get out?
Okay, where am I? Am I like driving down the interstate, or am I in a parking lot, or am I at home, or where am I?
All right, say you're at Cassie's work.
I would run inside because she lives in a brick building.
Say you already you already got Cassie, and you're just leaving.
I'd turn my happy ass around and go back.
Let us in.
It's obvious that a car is not a safe place to be during a tornado at all. And so if there's a building you can get to, that's your best bet for survival. Don't ever be in a car. Actually, I might need to be in the car because with me in it, that sumbitch ain't moving. It's going to be sucked to the ground. It ain't going to
like, uh-oh, it's Benjamin. Let's turn around.
I'd be the reason it disappears. It's going to get to me and be like, nah, bro. I think I've done enough. I'm going to go
take all the energy out of it.
But yeah, so that's why I'm decorating for Halloween tomorrow. No, Monday.
That's way too soon for real.
No, it's not, bro.
Maybe like July or something, but ain't no way it should be coming up in April.
But yeah, so I think for Halloween, I agree with Landon at least August or late June or July.
I'd probably go late July
to start putting out Halloween.
After the 4th.
For Christmas, I think around September is appropriate for Christmas. Because
I'd say even maybe August.
Because when you get through September, you're going into October, and they start taking Halloween stuff down like halfway through October to put Christmas up.
That's cap.
Walmart started taking Halloween stuff down on like a week before Halloween.
That's cap.
That's not cap.
That's cap.
Man, do you know how often I go to Walmart? That is not cap.
That's cap.
They started taking it down and putting Christmas stuff up.
Take a picture this year, and we'll see. And we'll put in a podcast later this year.
around August. But yes, so
No, I'm talking about October. You said it goes at.
I mean,
stuff goes
in
down.
October.
But we're about to get into our WrestleMania predictions. But the loser dare for next week's gonna be a little different because NASCAR doesn't have a race this year.
This weekend because it's Easter break.
So we're gonna do our WrestleMania prediction. Whoever has the least amount right has to do the loser dare. And if we both get the same amount,
we're safe. We don't have to do the loser dare.
We both have to do it.
How does that make sense?
Because we gotta have some spice to it. One of us is doing loser dare next week, or maybe both of us. So we're gonna get into that.
So night one, let's start with what is the first match tonight?
Gunther versus Jey Uso World Heavyweight Championship.
4 letters, one word. Yeet.
Alright, been done. But I'm going Jey Uso.
Jey Uso is going to win the world title tonight, and we're going to be yeeting all over the place.
You got a pen?
Oh yes, right there.
Alright, we're going to write this down so we make sure we can keep a track of it.
Four letters, one word. Yeet.
Alright, bro. Stop.
Y'all, this is Hazel. He's been sitting right here the whole video if you haven't noticed him.
Alright, second match, Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill's going to wipe the floor with her ass.
Yeah, I'm going Jade Cargill as well.
Jade Cargill's going to beat Naomi's behind tonight, and it's going to be amazing.
El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio.
El Grande Americano is going to win that match.
I'm going Rey Mysterio.
I think El Grande Americano is going to win. And if he doesn't win, Ray's going to unmask him.
And it's going to be unmasked, and it's going to be
R-Truth.
Mark Henry. Alright, fourth match, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu.
LA Knight's going to win because Solo's going to interfere.
I'm going to go Jacob Fatu tonight. I think Solo's going to attack him later on in the year.
Why do you still write like that and you're in high school?
Because Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. I'm going Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffy time's going to go on.
Alright, now we have the War Raiders versus the New Day.
The New Day is going to leave WrestleMania.
Viking Raiders.
Nah, the New Day is going to leave the new tag team champions.
Because Big E's going to come out. And then the main event tonight, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
CM Punk is winning that match. If CM Punk does not win that match, WWE, what you doing, bruh?
Alright, Sunday, Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Bayley and Lyra.
Liv and Raquel is going to retain their tag team titles because, one, Lyra Valkyria is still the Intercontinental Champion, so why would you put another title on her while she's already a champion?
Alright, Fatal 4-Way. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic for the Intercontinental Championship.
Dum Dom's going to win that match because he's going to pin Finn Balor, and that's going to break up the Judgment Day.
I'm going Brawny Breaker. Alright. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. I'm going
Rhea Ripley.
Belair.
Rhea Ripley's going to get her title back. Let me know down it. Mommy's always on top. Remember that.
Alright. Trying to think of the other match.
John and Cody.
We're gonna do that last. Randy Orton versus mystery opponent. So do you think the mystery opponent's gonna win or Randy? I'm going Randy.
I think Randy. He's gonna lather himself up with the perfect amount of baby oil. I don't know what he was on about last night, y'all.
No. Logan Paul, AJ Styles. I'm going
AJ
Logan
Styles.
Paul.
AJ Styles. If he does not win that match, I would retire if I lost that match.
And then John and Cody.
Okay, so that is going to be the biggest match of the weekend by far. I mean, of course, because it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes. The build-up for this match has been so good. The storytelling of this match has been so good that it can go either way. But with John Cena, this being his farewell tour, and this being his last active year as a WWE superstar, I believe that WWE will not let him win the title off of Cody tonight. And here's why. Cody is the company's biggest babyface they've ever had.
He ain't the biggest babyface ever
Yes,
had.
he is.
No, it's not.
Yes, he is.
It's John Cena.
No, he's the biggest babyface.
It's John Cena been him.
It's not John. John Cena's a heel now.
Yes, but he was the biggest babyface. He's not the biggest babyface of all time. He's the biggest babyface right now.
So, with Cody Rhodes being the babyface and being so good with the fans, I don't think he's going to lose the WWE Championship just yet. But, and I also think that because John Cena is scheduled to be at Saturday night's main event and Backlash. So either one, he is going to win the championship Sunday, come out on the Raw after Mania because he's scheduled for that, and then they're going to start writing his story up to the next, back to either main event or Backlash, or he's going to lose, and then he's going to start going after either Jay or Gunther, whoever walks out of WrestleMania as the champion, and he's going to defeat either one of them at either main event or Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Now you're telling me you're going to lose Cody just to go after Jay
Yes.
and win the title from Jay?
Yes.
How does that make sense?
Because, I mean, they want John to win 17 world titles. But I don't think he's going to win it from Cody.
He's going to win it from Cody.
I think he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw.
But why? Why wouldn't he just went for Jay in the first place if they're just going to end up making him win?
Because Jay made the decision.
Yeah, so why can't Jay just face Cody?
Because he chose to face Gunther.
I know, but why?
And
Benjamin.
If he would have chosen to face Cody, it would have been the other way around. But now it's not.
Yes, but if they were just going to end up making John win the world title, why didn't they just have him face Gunther, Jay face Cody?
Because Jay and Cody's got a good friendship.
They could have turned that away. They could have done the same thing they did with John. John and Cody had a good relationship.
And Jay considered Cody, but then he chose Gunther.
Exactly, but I'm talking at Benjamin. So the WWE, they script the shows. So if the whole plan was just him to win the world title, why didn't they just have him go after the world title and Jay go after Cody? That makes no sense.
Because Jay chose Gunther.
But why would they have him go after Gunther if they wanted John to win the world title?
Because when Jay chose Gunther, Jay and Gunther had an ongoing rivalry at the time. That's why they had him choose Gunther. So they had him
face Cody. Because he won the Elimination Chamber and Cody was the... I won the Elimination Chamber.
Hey. Okay.
They could have had him win the Royal Rumble, face Gunther.
But he didn't.
And Jay could have won the title later in the year or face Cody.
But he didn't. He won the Elimination Chamber.
So there's no point in him losing to Cody then going after the world title.
I think it is. I think there's a.
So who are you going with?
I'm going with Cody for.
All right, we have
to retain.
We have 7 different matches, so someone's going to come out the winner. But we're going to get into our final challenge, Loser Dare, NASCAR Loser Dare.
The NASCAR Loser Dare from last week.
It was Bristol this week.
Alex Bowman blew an engine, and Kyle Busch finished. Christopher Bell finished 8th.
So we're going to get into
the Loser
Ice Bucket Challenge.
So we're going to have to go outside for that, so we'll be back.
All right, guys. We got the bucket.
We need you to hold this.
We got the ice.
Open.
That's good.
I did a quarter of the bag. Len's going to have to do the rest.
What? No, we can save some.
So I'll be back. I got to go around back. When you continue talking to him, I'm going to get water.
So tonight it is WrestleMania. And also Ben is going first because he lost in rock, paper, scissors, shoe on when we were getting ready for this. So it's going to be cold, guys. It's going to be really cold. But I hope all you have a good Easter. Don't eat a lot of candy. Oh, it's going to be cold, guys. I won't be taking my shirt off because none of y'all deserve to see it. This great body of mine. Oh. Alright, well, we'll be back once we're about to dump it on Ben. Alright guys, we're ready for Ben to get the dump in. How was it, Ben?
Cold.
You got one on me, guys.
Stop. All right, y'all. Got me a change of clothes. Well, I changed my shirt. My shorts actually didn't get wet, surprisingly. So it's time for landing, and this is about to be very funny. So y'all enjoy. All right, you ready? I'm just gonna throw it on you. Y'all, I got my shirt wet, but it's okay. It's just, ow! Just a little bit.
That's cool.
How'd that feel?
Cold.
Did it feel good?
No.
Why?
Because it's cold. But that's going to be in.
Should have been a little bit of warmth in there.
Huh.
I'm just picking.
For the end.
All right, y'all, that's going to be it for the end of episode 27. Thank you guys so much for coming back. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, like, and make sure you tune in to next week's podcast. But thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all later.
Doses.